Hey everybody, it's your boy Bobby, man. The Bounce Back Podcast, Scandalous World Podcast, man. Today I want to go over the do's and don'ts of prison. All right, number one, do keep your head high, keep your head up. We in a bad place, in bad situation. But you know what? Keep your head up, be confident. You want to at least portray that, you can handle this. You know what I mean? You was a man when you was out there committing those crimes. Now be a man about doing the consequences. But there's a difference between keeping your head up, but you don't stare. Do keep your head up, don't stare. I mean, unless you really want to fight and get down and really be that tough guy, dude, then stare all you want. But there's no need to stare. Sometimes you're going to catch eyes with somebody. People are always looking at other people to see if they may recognize them and all that stuff. So, you're going to catch eyes with somebody. I usually, if I catch eyes, I'll be the first to look away. And if I look back, if someone's still staring, then it's kind of like, okay, what's the issue here? What's going on? You know what I mean? But don't want to walk around with your head down and stuff like that. You don't want to stare. So do keep your head up. Don't stare, please. All right. Number two, and this is pretty important. You do want to pay your debts. You don't want to run up a big debt, especially if you can't afford it. The best way really is to avoid owing people completely, but that's not always possible. Some people got the store, they got the 2-for-1s, small money, you know what I mean? It's okay, but don't ask bet. If you don't got the money, then you shouldn't be gambling. Don't ask bet, it's a sucker's bet anyway. I ran the book for a little bit and, the book's always going to make out. That's different. That's a hustle. But also, if you want to have a hustle to run the book, you got to kind of have deep pockets, right? Because you will get your head cracked some days. I mostly did it for small funds, more for fun. So my whole thing was whatever anyone's at, you know what I'm saying? The max you're going to have to pay out is 20. So if you're down 50 with me, pay me 20, we'll roll it over. Usually that's pretty smooth. They'll try to come back. And they might dig themselves deeper, but then they might come back. Either way, it's 20. Now, if they crack me, they make their money back, and now they're up 80. We already have an agreement. We pay 20. This is just for fun. So if you're gonna do that, have deep pockets. But it's best to just avoid those situations anyway, because then even when you're running the book, you have people who are gonna owe you a debt. So now it's on you to make sure that you collect or all that. Or people who are just gonna ask bet, not. You're going to get a bad name. You can't just let that slide. So avoid that situation completely. Same with drug debts, man. Don't go around running up a fucking drug debt, getting high, all that stupid stuff. You're in jail. You obviously, whatever you was doing on the streets wasn't working. Should be a place to reinvent yourself. Find a new identity. Find out who you really are. What do you actually like to do? Don't run up that drug debt because people will get killed and murdered over it. I mean, I've seen instances, man. I seen this one dude, he came in telling everybody on the block, oh, I got Suboxones on my ass, bop, bop, bop. They started hitting his Cash App, boom, 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 or his account. I don't know exactly what it was, but the drug seekers, they're gonna pay. And the dude ended up taking everybody's money and bailing out. Yeah, that's fucked up because especially in jail, it's a small world, man, and those people end up coming back around. And unfortunately now it's like, you never know. You never know when that dude's gonna end up catching it. So you just wanna avoid that completely, all right? So don't run up no big debts with the store or anything like that. And if you do wanna pay it. Don't avoid it. It's gonna follow you everywhere. It'll follow you to the streets. It's a small world. The streets is smaller, especially out here in Massachusetts. It's very small. Okay. Number three, keep your mouth shut. You do want to keep your mouth shut. Don't always, just because you have an opinion, you don't always have to voice it, A lot of times you'll get a lot more out of listening twice as much as you talk, right? Especially the people in there. First of all, there's a lot of people who've been down a long time. And if you're listening to the right people, they give you knowledge on whatever you want to know about. If you want to know about criminal stuff, all that, you can learn all that too. But keep your mouth shut. It don't rat. You know what I mean? Don't be one of these people up there jeffing, right? We call it jeffing. You talking to the COs, all that CO play, trying to, get an extra tray or staff tray. Like, you look like a fucking clown. Stay away from the COs. If you do have to talk to a CO, this is where you got to bring somebody with you so it don't look suspect. You bring somebody and they can vouch for you, especially somebody whose word means anything. They can say, nah, he wasn't snitching and blah, 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 So that brings me to my next point is what you do want to do. You want to do the buddy system. You want to partner up wisely though, right? Emphasis on the wisely, because just so you know, if you kicking it with somebody, if you rocking with somebody every day, you're pretty much inheriting their beef, right? If you're walking to the chow hall with somebody and 5 people slide up on them, chances are you're getting hit too. So don't walk to the chow hall. Don't walk anywhere with somebody that you're not willing to ride for. Then again, you don't always want to be alone neither, especially at first. You know, if you get somewhere and you establish yourself, that's different. You could walk alone, whatever. Even then, you still want to find somebody because, you know, you don't want to fucking be alone all the time, and you want to have somebody that has your back. But remember, you got to have their back too. And you inherit any beef they may have, so partner up wisely. Don't walk with people you wouldn't ride for. Like I said, you inherit their beef, their smoke, all of that. All right, another thing, what you do want to do, this gets overlooked so much, you do want to have good hygiene. Don't be a Viking, bro. Don't be a Viking. Now, you don't got to be one of these people that go to the extent where everything has to be spotless. The floor is waxed and you get a drop of water in the sink and you don't wipe it. Like, people will beef over that. That's a little bit much. End of the day, they're the state cells. You know what I mean? They're the government cells. That's not, you know, I understand you're here for a while, but I've seen people in county doing small bids and they're acting like it's home. But a lot of these people, the cell is better than their home on the street. And that's just unfortunate, but that's the way it is. But like, don't be afraid of that shower. The water's free. Soap, you get the free Herder soap. But trust me, if you one of these people who have bad hygiene, like, people just for themselves, you'll get a bar of soap, bro. You know what I'm saying? If not, hit that rain box every day. The showers, I mean, it depends where you go, but they're usually pretty accessible. You know what I mean? You don't want to get back to the cell, getting your bunk all sweaty and all funky. You know, and there's been times, especially summertime, I'll take 3 showers, 4 showers a day. I sweat just walking. So especially in the summertime, I was a runner. I had access to the showers more so, but I mean, don't be a Viking, man. Brush your teeth. I understand not everybody's gonna brush their teeth at 4:30 in the morning before they go to breakfast, because then everything tastes funny. So if at breakfast, if you didn't brush your teeth and nobody else brushed their teeth, like, just be, like, don't be all up in people's mix trying to talk to them, especially people you don't know, with your dragon breath, with your bad breath and all that. I mean, we all get it, but it is what it is. I usually didn't brush my teeth before 4:30 breakfast. But I wouldn't be all up in I wouldn't try to converse at all. Breakfast, I'm still half asleep. You're gonna go back and probably get another hour of sleep anyway. And then the last one, man. Don't go looking for beef, because you're gonna find it. Don't do the stupid stuff. Don't reach over people's trays. Don't go looking for beef. You'll find it. If you're involved with any gangs and gang activity, like, that's part of the life. You know what I mean? So all that, I'm gonna go to jail and try to be better myself and all that stuff. If you're in a gang, it's pretty tough to do. But I'm sure you already know that, and you gotta be, you know, you chose that life, and you gotta be willing to put in work if they call upon you. But even as a white guy, not in a gang, you know, if something goes down, you're expected to at least jump in and have people's back and all that stuff. So on that note, we got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 do's and don'ts about prison, at least that I kind of went by. I mean, this list was kind of thrown together, you know, kind of quickly, so I'm sure I might have missed out on some things, but it may just fall under one of these anyway, man. This is a scandalous world, man. We all got to bounce back. It is what it is. What's next? Please do me a favor. If you would like to see more videos like this, comment in the comment section. And even if you wouldn't, tell me no. Tell me in the comment section. Hit that like button. If you could subscribe to the channel. On that note, I'm out. Peace.